So I'm making this video to address someone in the YouTube community. And you know what? First of all, I want to say, like, shout out to you, nigga, because I'm about to give you some views. He's just speaking from his own bruised-ass ego. Most of his videos are just slandering black women. The women that he claims to love. He claims to love dark-skinned black women and all this and that shit. But as soon as he starts talking about women, you notice right away that, like, he's really not interested in talking to women, not interested in hearing about women's struggles. He's more so about taking black women to task. Much like a fucking whack-ass dad. And I really can't stand those types of people because they have this, like, very fucked up, like, idea about what value women have, based on what they look like to him. You know, I made a video response to Kevin before. I've actually taken him to task on my blog before, but it really fucked me up today. Like, I go through my comments and I get a comment from Kevin telling me that I'm confused, that I'm not really gay, that I'm not really trans, that I'm confused, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's like, do y'all know how fucking invalidating that is? Like, do y'all realize how fucked up it is to tell somebody that you only see fucking videos of what their sexuality is, what their gender is? Do you know how fucked up that is? That you don't know me, bitch? You don't know what's in that closet? Y'all see this closet every time I do a fucking video. You don't know what's in there, but you know I got a closet. That's all you know. You feel me? You know I got a closet. You know something's in it. You don't know what's in it, though. You don't know what the fuck is in it. So, like, for me to be showing you part of my life and for you to see part of my life, you can't know it all. You can't know it all. You know what I mean? Like, damn, when y'all know it all, I'll be dead. And even then, you won't know it all. Even though I'll die with some shit. I'm gonna die with some shit I know that I'm not gonna tell you. So, again, I appreciate you, like, for, like, wanting to be... I appreciate your voice. I'll say that. I appreciate your voice because in social media, in the society of the spectacle, you know, people like myself, we need attention. We need attention from the internet. Unfortunately, we don't get to choose what kind of attention we get. And while we all would prefer to have positive reinforcement and support, we don't always get that. And I appreciate how someone who's ignorant as fuck can create a dialogue, for people to, like, promote, knowledge and wisdom and truth. But at the same time, it just boils my fucking bacon. And boiled bacon sounds nasty as shit, doesn't it? To say that, like, my gender identity is not real or valid because you don't see me as male enough. You don't see me as masculine enough. When in reality, being bigender, being a trans person does not mean that I'm gonna look trans to you. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna always look like a dude or always look not like a dude or look femme. I think, like, my want and my need to express myself in the way that I feel is paramount to views, to people's opinions. But as I have a platform, I will speak for myself and I will speak in my defense. And I do get defensive when I'm talking about myself. You know, a lot of people say they don't care what people say about them. I care about what people say about me when it's not true. You know, when it's not true, that's when it really bothers me. I think, like, that's what bothers me the most. It's like, there's so much shit you can say about me that's valid. You know, there's so many things that I've done that I'm not proud of, or things that I've done that, like, make me ashamed. But, like, being trans and being queer are not anything to be ashamed of. They're not anything to be hiding of. I will say that, like, you know, as I'm evolving, you know, as I'm, like, learning what I like to look like and what makes me feel good, I also have to recognize the fact that, like, what's normal for me isn't going to be normal for you. The fact that my aesthetic has to change for my mind, for my psyche, for, like, psychological reasons, I need to, like, look a certain way on certain days because, like, that's when it matters. Like, that's, like, a whole situation that I need to, like, deal with. Primarily on my own. I really, like, I use these blogs and these vlogs as ways for me to talk about my dysphoria, or rather, like, my issues with, like, my identities. And I think that, like, for people to invalidate them, it just, like, it counters all of the work that I'm doing to really see myself. And I would just appreciate it if, like, people would just, like, take into account the fact that, like, bigender is a real thing. I'm a real person, that the name Trent means something to me, that people calling me Trent makes me happy. That people recognizing me as Trent makes me happy. And I will say, I don't hate my name, Tatiana. I think that's a great name. And I think it's a good name. And it reminds me of my girlhood. But I think at the same time, there are times where I don't think that people are understanding that, like, Trent and Tatiana are the same person. It's just like the name change is like important to me because it reminds me that, like, there's a part of me that isn't Tatiana. Like, there's a part of me that, like, doesn't feel like Tatiana. And, like, to give the name Trent to the part of me that doesn't feel that way, like, it empowers me in a way that I can't explain. And that I shouldn't have to explain. And I feel like when I come here and I make videos and I talk to people and y'all write comments like, I'm confused. Well, you know what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't break down shit for you. You know, I can't break down that sometimes I feel like a boy, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like, you know, I want to dress like a dude, and, like, sometimes I feel like I can't because I feel like people are going to either make fun of me or make me feel like, you know, like a freak. I mean, I am a freak. I'm a weirdo. And like that's okay. I think it's, I don't know. I want to be respected. I want to be respected. And, I wish people would stop, you know, saying that every time I move, I change. Because I think, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you want from me? You know, what do you want from me? Do you want me to stay the same? You know what I mean? Like change is good. Do y'all remember my eyebrows when I first came out? Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, the thing that annoys me also is, like, people telling me I don't need to label myself, because I do. I'm sorry that, like, there are people out here that don't feel like labels are good. I understand where you're coming from, but, like, where we live, the world we live in, there are labels, and some of them can empower you. You know, like, when I was calling myself mixed, as I made a video about this, about how, like, mixed politics are usually people who have, like, really fucked up notions of the world because they feel like they're black and white. So, like, they experience the world as, like, two different races, and that's not true. Like, most light-skinned people experience exotic privilege, light-skinned privilege, and therefore their views on racism are shaped differently. You know, they're not usually keen on what's racist and what's not in a lot of situations because they're given a lot of more opportunities and more passes. And I think that, like, you know, I have light skin privilege, so it's important for me to talk about that shit. It's important for me to say that I have that shit, and for me to, like, you know, call it out when I see it, and also to call out light skin people when I see them fucking perpetrating and acting a fool. I recognize myself as having cis privilege as well. I wanted to add that, like, I do have cis privilege. I think that's why people are still clinging to the fact that, like, I'm a she. While I do respect all pronouns, I use all pronouns. People still call me she. That's fine. But I'm still, like, I'm still transitioning, you know what I mean? And, like, and I feel like the thing is, my identity is not one that's, like, constantly one thing, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna come out here and be butchy for you all the time. I'm not gonna be masculine for you all the time. I'm not gonna be femme for you all the time. And I'm not gonna be super femme for you all the time. I'm not gonna be all those things. And I think you need to understand that. I think, like, that's, like, the frustration with a lot of people. Just wanted to make this video, you know, for the people out there that, like, they don't realize maybe that they're being transphobic by not recognizing me as a trans person, or by, like, asking me questions about my genitalia, or by asking me, questions like, you know, why do you not look like a dude today, or why are you not dressed like Trent today, when Trent is still me. Like, Trent is me when I'm not wearing, you know, the mustache or the little Gucci, even though, you know, I feel like it's coming in, you know, I see it, you know, I feel like the shading. I feel like the shading. I feel like it's coming in. I feel like it looks like it's coming in. Yeah, like, I'm not on tea or anything. I've been just experimenting with, like, facial hair. I want people to understand that this, like, that it's disgusting to me that people would think my identity has anything to do with YouTube or anything to do with, like, anybody else but me. And I would just appreciate it if people, like, respected me. Like, I don't think that that's asking for too much. But I mean, again, like, if you're one of those people that keeps trying to tell me that I change every time I move, I think, like, you don't understand, like, what I'm going through. Like, most of the times when I'm moving, something crazy is happening to me. Something integral to my growth is happening. I don't usually leave a place unless, like, something fucked up happens, or I feel like I need to leave. So, like, for you to try to victim blame me when, like, a lot of situations require that I leave, and by, like, trying to make me feel like I'm different when I leave, of course I'm fucking different, you know? Like, in one instance, I flew across the fucking country to, like, love someone, and, like, it didn't work out. Like, a lot of you guys don't, like, take into account, like, I'm a human being. Like, I'm a real person. Like, I'm not just someone, like, spouting off at the mouth, like, things that are interesting to me. I'm a fucking human being. Like, I go through things. I have real shit that happens to me, and, like, I'm not always fun, and, like, I'm not always giggly, and I'm not always fucking nice. And I think a lot of you aren't as well. I think sometimes y'all are fucking assholes too. Like, live your life. I feel like, you know, some people, like, they probe and probe and probe, and when I don't give them, like, the fucking Susie Q Wonder Bread answer, everybody wants to, like, jump on my back. Like, I'm supposed to be nice. You don't fucking know me. You know? I don't feel like I'm, like, an asshole off bat, but I feel like you don't fucking know me. But really, fuck you, Kevin, because you're a dickhole, and, like, I hope you fucking... You're just a crusty bitch. And, like, I don't wish anything bad on you, because you're just a crusty ass bitch. You know, I hope you uncrust yourself. Like, that's all I hope for you. I'm not going to wish any badness on you. I'm just going to say, you know, uncrust your fucking life, bitch, because you're wild as fuck. And I just don't know how the fuck you can tell someone that they're not gay, especially when they never fucking, like, ever fucking wanted your ass, ever fucking, like, tried to fucking come on to you, ever fucking was interested in you, like, only spoke to you primarily because you said so many crazy wild things that it was almost like free entertainment to listen to you talk, because you really have, like, this entitlement to women and to their fucking energy and to their fucking spirit. You really feel like women exist for you. And I feel like after getting divorced, I feel like you have a whole new lease on women, and you have, like, all this knowledge because your relationship didn't work out. And I think that you really need to look at why the fuck your marriage didn't work out, and why the fuck, like, things that didn't work out for you in your last relationship, versus trying to tell every black woman you fucking see to smile. I'm sorry, but, like, a lot of black women out here ain't smiling for you. And more importantly, we don't need to fucking smile. There's some fucked up shit going on out here. A lot of things happening out here to our mothers, our brothers, our sisters, and our fucking friends. A lot of shit happening to us out here. So, like, I'm sorry, nigga, but no. Stop telling black women to smile. Stop telling women to smile. Stop telling black women anything. Stop telling black women to ask white women or shadow white women or submit to white women to learn how to care for and love a black man. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.